into the cloud. Yeah. So again, welcome to this week's session on the Move to Cloud webinar series. In the previous 2 weeks, we heard about the SAP Sales and Service Cloud, as well as the SAP Commerce Cloud, what they can do, how to get there. And today we will hear about how to seamlessly modernize the SAP CRM system, and more importantly, how to do the implementation to that. And for that, we will have Thorsten Zang from SAP joining us in giving this session. As usual, I would kindly ask you to put all your questions in the Q&A box that you see below. And without further ado, I would hand it over to Thorsten.
Thank you, Krenar, and also a very warm welcome from my side. Future-proofing your business, the seamless CRM modernization with SAP, and maybe today the focus is a little bit on how SAP supports you individually as a customer. So in the next 25 to 30 minutes, I think we will learn, or I will try to give you an overview of what SAP provides for you as a service, as tools, and so on, to really, as I would call it, kickstart your CRM modernization, your cloud transformation journey. Before we start and look on the agenda, a brief introduction of myself. My name is Thorsten Zang. I'm based in Walldorf, our headquarters, and I think I'm since 2011 with SAP, and for more than 7 years now in this whole transformation area, where we support customers on the journey from, easily said, the on-prem to the cloud world. I'm leading the CRM transformation program within the Customer Evolution Program organization. And I'm also really happy to see your questions afterwards and maybe get into a little bit discussion. For the agenda, it's kept simple. I will give you a brief overview of what the SAP Customer Evolution Program is and how this can support you. And then we go straight into the content that is really of relevance when you are about to start your transformation, when you need support in order to identify the challenges, the risks, but also the benefits of this transformation, and how SAP is dedicated to help you on certain levels and with certain assets, tools, and services. And of course, then we have the Q&A session, happy to answer questions. And also, if you don't feel, or if you don't have the right question today, so you can anytime email me, and I will try to answer that. Coming to the Customer Evolution Program, probably you already have heard about that. It's an organization within SAP that is really dedicated to our customer install base, giving support and trying to help and support our customers on their journey to get into a new innovative SAP environment. So we are jointly working together with the whole ecosystem. This is basically our partners, it's the implementation partners, it's the software partners, it's development partners. We designed something that we call a service that is, or a framework that is dedicated to give you a tailored, accelerated journey to our intelligent enterprise. And maybe most important for you as an SAP on-premise and install-based customer, our commitment is that we don't leave any customer behind on their innovation path. So this is why we are looking forward to individually get engaged with you and really try to, as I said, kickstart this journey together with you. Now directly to the CRM transformation topic. Having done this for several years now and discussed with so many customers around the globe in all industries, we do see maybe this is not final, 6 really major challenges that would harm down decision making and harm down project starting when it comes to CRM transformation challenges. One, and this I think is valid for most of our customers and here the audience as well, you have made huge enhancements, which also means huge investments into your current CRM on-premise system. And of course, there is this interest, and this is fair, this is valid, to safeguard these investments and to make sure that whatever you have developed, whatever you have enhanced in your current landscape, that this is really respected in the future landscape, however this might look like. The second concern challenge we want to address is that a lot of customers say we do have a such complex system landscape, not only within SAP, but also maybe third-party solutions, add-ons, interfaces, and so on, that would make it quite complicated, or at least it feels complicated to really start and to get these loose ends sorted and really design something where this could ideally get moved to, get transformed to. So this is something we also want to address here. Of course, the business stakeholder buy-in, whether you're from the IT organization of the company or from the business organization, I think it is important that nowadays or these days, we do not just talk about changing or exchanging the technical platform, but also talking about business values, talking about benefits the business really can achieve from new and innovative solutions. So this is something as well being addressed in whatever we do in an engagement with you. Most of our customers fear a kind of a big bang approach. Most of our customers do not only have the CRM transformation ahead of them, but also maybe an ERP backend transformation or other line of business solutions. And of course, everyone has limited resources, everyone has limited time and people that really are dedicated in such program. So we try to accelerate that, meaning not to accelerate the big bang, but to slice and really simplify these transformation pieces and the steps, and hope that this might really then look more handsome, more consumable. The complex processes, of course, is something that a lot of customers at least do see in their current deployment. We think that with SAP and the simplification items, we really do have the chance to show that process complexity also can be reduced if organizations are willing to consider standard processes. And this is something we want to show. This is something we really want to discuss with the business owners, with the process owners, and such stakeholders that would be responsible for these decisions. And the last point on this list, at least, is that customers are busy with their transformation, the RISE projects, the SAP, other SAP and non-SAP projects. So we are also willing and really willing to help to identify external resources that are in your region, that are in your industry, and that would support your transformation program. So this is, in a nutshell, what made us from the Customer Evolution Program feel that should be the leading questions, the leading challenges customers have, and how we designed or where we designed our approach based on this. And this approach within the Customer Evolution Program is called the Evolution Kit. In this case, the CX Evolution Kit, which is a sort of a framework approach that anyways being frameworked will deliver individual outcomes and individual findings that we hand over to you, that we also find together with you. And this picture just, of course, the customer evaluation kit for CX is on the right bottom side. I always use this picture to make sure that our customers understand that we are covering the whole SAP process area, the whole SAP business suite, if you want. So we have highlighted the CX evolution kit here, but just as a reminder, or maybe you have not seen this before, we also do offer this for other lines of business as well as for the backend move. Now, having this said, moving to the customer evolution kit for CX for the CRM environment. The unique idea here is that we have a high-touch yet time-efficient way to address your challenges by using intelligent toolings, as well as having our experts working on findings from these tools, findings from interviews, and we will have a closer look on what to expect during this engagement in a few slides. And the aim is that we really want to cut down the workload on your side, on the customer side, not only for the assessment itself, but also, of course, for the future, and then afterwards to kick off project on the transformation itself. So the idea here is not over achieving in days and weeks and months of assessing systems, but using intelligent tools, as I said, and really nail it down to the priorities and also to the challenges or concerns you want to raise before we start. Also important, maybe it is important at no additional cost. So SAP will not charge for this. It's a service that we provide to all our, in this case, CRM I-based customers. The only thing we ask for is the resources you have to bring in, such as the process owners, IT consultants, or whoever you feel that should work here, and to do some prerequisites, which I also will show in a few. It is delivered remotely only, but it is one-on-one session. So it's not just a webinar like we have here today. It's really, there is one customer per session, and we bring in our CRM and CX experts. Usually this is senior consultants or more experienced, that would talk you through the whole findings, through the tools and whatever is necessary to create a certain outcome, also when it comes to value driver discussion and so on. Which leads me to the next point. It will show an added value of transforming to the cloud or to cloud applications, also from the business perspective. So not only this kind of reason that maybe your mainstream maintenance might end at a certain time, or that cloud or the new application is more user-friendly or something like that, but also really the investment of SAP, to show the investment of SAP into our new solutions and how they could benefit and really add value to your business. And as I already mentioned, maybe it's really generating a customer-specific actionable transformation plan. 2025, we don't talk about blueprints anymore, but this is something you can take and go to your implementation partner or go to your internal implementation consultants and tell them, this is the way to go. This is what we have discovered and what SAP's recommendation is for the transformation. So this is at least, or most probably the same what I have just said, maybe a little bit handy to consume. It's really kept simple, as you can see. We do have two prerequisites. There is a survey that contains around 50 questions, I think, and is really easy to fill out. That would allow us or our consultants to understand a little bit where you're coming from at your current CRM and ERP landscape, and where you want to, or where you see where your business sees itself with the future solution. And we have a tool called the Readiness Check. Readiness Check is something that it's an SAP node that is implemented in your existing productive CRM system, that gives us via exports some or the basic information about your data profile, the data usage profile, the add-ons you might have on CRM, and very important, the custom code that is within your existing CRM system. And this is the major stone to understand really where you are coming from, what your processes and requirements are, and for us, the important foundation to really understand where we are going with the recommendations of the target solution. This little gray box is basically showing the three main items or the three main sessions of the evolution kit, such as the solution demo, these interview sessions, which are held between your business owners and our CRM or CX process experts, and then a final handover session. And this handover session does not or does contain the business process mapping. So from your current solution processes mapped into a future solution, value drivers and benefits that would address especially the business partners, the target architecture and product map. So from SAP Business Suite, including CRM7, how does this look like in the future target architecture? Of course, individually framed for your current or then to be back-end solution, and as I already said, third party whatsoever, and a customer individual implementation roadmap. This addresses this resource topic and the timing topic. So implementation roadmap would really detail out when to do what, ideally to really be seamless, fast, and reliable during this transformation. And of course, we can also create bill of material and rough order of magnitude if you wish. This is what is in the SAP readiness check for CX. We will see, by the way, in a few some example slides so that you get the better impression of how these outcomes and the assets we hand over look like. Oh, there was an animation. Sorry for that. Yeah, this is a more detailed slide. Let's focus on the time investment you most probably might have to make. The first is the solution demo, really showcasing a little bit already based on the requirements we get from the readiness check in the survey. Showcasing how this could look like, not only from a classical demo perspective, but really hands on the system. The second part, and this is the most important one, is the interviews we have per process. So we are not limited in days or hours, but our experience is that for each process you run in CRM today, we would need 1 to 3 hours of workshop to really understand end to end and to see what challenges you might already have as today that we are also need to address in a future solution, but also to understand the reason, the business reason behind custom developments. And the last one, and I don't want to repeat that again, is the handover session where you really get all these outcomes we produce. Having said that, as I already said, it is a virtually delivered service, but we deliver it in a portal that supports all assets are in one place. We have recordings available for each session. So even if some of your business owners or some of your colleagues could not attend for a timing reason, then it's all in one portal, all in one-stop shop. If you want, they can repeat that. We support also some AI chat or chatbot capabilities, and of course, it's a private login and data protection is guaranteed. So you only see your customer information and the outcome. And maybe also important, this service is globally available. We currently support, besides German, English, French, and Spanish language. We are happy to at least try to meet other language requirements if they come up, but standard we have these 4, and you can see some screenshots how this look like. A lot of customers really value that portal because they have all that stuff together, and then they can easily involve new members and new people when they haven't been involved from the first. This is the portal, how we deliver it. What you can see here is a screenshot from a system that already has done this readiness check report. As I said, this is the most important information for us to understand where you're coming from in your current system. We have this heat map saying, okay, which are the most important CRM functions and processes. We have a data profile. We have the custom code enhancements, which of course this is just like a dashboard here. This report will break it down really in Excel sheets, having it line by line per data object, really detailed out, and this enables us or our consulting colleagues that are executing these engagements really to understand what kind of special functionality besides SAP standard has been developed, and leads to this kind of document. This is also just a snapshot that would give you an indication for your current system, if like a fit gap analysis, if you want. So things that really fit to standard, things that have a changed process in the cloud environment or in the environment that we consider to be the target environment, or maybe there is also some kind of development on BTP, whatever your target landscape might look like necessary. So this would really give you an overview of not code migrating, but how can you migrate your requirements and the process functions. This is an example for a target architecture. It's just in this slide deck to also see on which level this is. Now, as you can see here, it's a level 0 architecture, meaning it would include all the solutions that would around and comfort the target solution to be able to mirror your current deployments. And here is an example, and I think there's also an animation in here. Here's an example for an implementation roadmap. As I already said, this is something that customers request because they want to understand how SAP's recommendation looks like to slice the project into certain steps, and also to understand how they could stretch it and how they could mingle it into maybe parallel ongoing implementations, such as in the backend or release upgrades in your current S4 system that would at some point then touch at least this transformation. So we are really happy to involve all ongoing projects when designing this individual implementation roadmap. And I think the last screenshot is an example of how this value driver and benefits analysis would look like. Frankly said, this is for you, not for us, but for you, the most time-intensive part, maybe. So if we really decide that we go into this not only the value driver analysis, but really into your individual numbers, we need, of course, all these operational costs and all these KPIs and so on. But it's just showing we are happy to do that. Yet there we need a lot of support from our customers because we need all these numbers, and then we can really go for a TCO and a return of invest discussion. Having said this, I think this was the last slide showing the Evo kit, the outcomes. I hope it gave you a good idea of what we are offering here and what we are happy to support you with. Here is one out of many reference stories. I just added that here. I don't want to go into that details now because this is a really public reference story that you can find via the link in the bottom that would give you maybe an idea, even if you're not in automotive industry. It really does look or does highlight a lot the challenges and also the benefits this customer Bosch did gain out of this transformation. Before we come to question and answer, it's just one hint from my side. This one here, we have a certain landing page and a certain link, which is in the slide deck that you will receive after or can download on the portal. And as I said, this service is cost-free for all our CRM on-premise customers. And if you feel this is interesting, and if you feel this is maybe exactly what you need now or in 4 weeks or in 2 months whatsoever, just click on that link, register yourself, and then someone will contact you, and we will start to plan that accordingly. Yeah, Krenar, this is basically my input part. So maybe we have questions in the Q&A section, or we have hands raised.
Well, thanks for that session, Thorsten. Maybe one question: for which scenarios is it all available? I suppose it's for marketing, right? And for
it's sales, service, and marketing. Yeah,
sales, service, and marketing. Okay.
If you come from a commerce on-prem, solution, there is a dedicated program as well. Just don't hesitate to reach out, and I will link you to the respective colleagues.
Okay. Can you share the list of likely deliverables and milestones clearly shared with the customer? I think that was one of the questions. I suppose the question is more if you can share an example result document.
Result document of the value driver. I cannot, unfortunately, I can't see the question. So
it's in the Q&A box. Can you share the list of likely deliverables and milestones clearly shared with the customers? So I suppose that would be the result document. Yeah.
Yeah, we can.
Okay, so we will upload it into the recording that you can find in the YouTube playlist from the handover session. Okay, yeah, that's a result document. Yeah, so we will attach an example into the recording within the YouTube playlist. Let me just add again the link of the YouTube playlist, and while in the meantime you can add more questions. So in the chat, that is the link to the YouTube playlist that I just mentioned. And here you can find the recording and the PDF documents attached to it. And we will attach one example of the handover document to the recording. That is what we for sure will do. Okay, do we have any other questions? Or does anyone want to speak up? If yes, please raise your hand and we can unmute you. Maybe another question: what is the total time investment for the customers, let's say in hours, that they have to invest within that given week?
It's, well, first, ideally, we can plan that from whatever, Monday to Friday, right? But we also understand and respect that customers say it's not possible to have our business people, especially 5 days in a row out of their normal work. So I think the time investment, if we go from an average customer, would be like 3-4 hours for the system or solution demo and the questions on that one, and maybe of course we want to give you that time to say, can you show this a little bit more detailed, stuff like that. 3 to 4 hours we would have per process, as I said, like 3 hours. Let's take an average customer having 3 processes would be 9 hours. And the handover session itself, that's quite quick, like 1 hour maybe. So this would be my answer, but of course it is, as I said, framework but not fixed. So meaning this is something that could be discussed with the expert delivering at the very beginning. Also, it depends a little bit on your individual expectations, what really to get out of it as findings. But that's like the average. Yeah.
Okay, we had another question regarding the YouTube playlist, so I've written it also in the Q&A chat. You can find it there as well. Okay. And how many participants of a customer would you recommend to, or of an interested customer would you recommend to join?
Yeah, that's a little bit. Let me just jump back to, where is it? This slide. As you can see here, we differentiate between stakeholders, business, and IT. Of course, I cannot answer how many business stakeholders or business process owners you have, but of course, especially for the second session, the interview session, they are essential. There is a little bit, and I think I can assume where this comes from. Of course, we don't want to overload these sessions. But for instance, let's say you have a business process owner really in the business area. You have 2 or 3 like key users, master users, whatsoever, and a business consultant from IT. So this would be an ideal setup, because then you have all these viewpoints on the interview. You have really the process owners, you have these people working with it. They bring a lot of like their experience in, which could be very beneficial. And you have IT here to really also answer some questions maybe that might be written up with regards to developments and so on. So this would be the recommendation we give. I can't nail this down in numbers, not knowing your organization, but yeah, it's 2 to 3 to 4, whatever, people for this interview session. The solution demo, this is something where I would say to whom it may concern, because this is very open, and whomever you feel should see this. And the handover session usually is on a management level, so where you then present the results, or where we present the results, and also we would involve from our side your account management partner or account executive to also then discuss next steps and so on. Hope this answers it.
Let me just add the landing page in the chat so that everyone can see it, but either way we will share it after it. Okay, good. Do we have any additional questions? While I will give the participants 1 other minute, let me remind you that on the next week, Tuesday, we will talk about the selective data transition, especially how to deal with the SAP suite solutions. And the focus is on SAP EWM. If you remember, we had in December 3 sessions on selected data transition, and now we'll have the final one on next week, Tuesday. Do we have any other questions in the chat? No, I don't see anyone. So I think, Thorsten, with that, we can close it for today. And let me stop the recording.